Hello everybody, John with Vinely here on this beautiful spring day. Except it's not spring, it's November. It's about 80 degrees out here. I'm in Hamilton, New Jersey today, and I'm not here to talk about the weather. We're here today to visit the final resting place of someone who is not a household name. Oh man. Probably should not do that sun thing. There we go. That might be better. We learn something every day. Here to talk about a guy who is not a household name, as I mentioned. You probably don't know him, but you will absolutely know his music. It's ubiquitous. So there's a big word for you. But we're here today to visit the guy who I call Jim Croce's secret weapon, Maury Muehleisen.
There have been times when I had time to tell you all the things I wanted to, and there have been times when I could talk about just what it means for me to love you. But when I'm weeks away, it's not enough.
So we're walking through section L in St. Mary's Cemetery in Hamilton, New Jersey, and I'm pretty sure right up ahead here is the spot we're looking for. Not hard to find. The pin on Find a Grave is pretty accurate. And here we are. We found it very, very easily. Big Malone marker, but this is what we're looking for right here. Maury Muehleisen. And I know that if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, you will tell me. That's okay. I'd like to know. Actual name was Maurice, known by the name Maury, of course. So Maurice T. Muehleisen was born on January 14th, 1949. Part of a large family, born and raised in Trenton, New Jersey. As a young man, he trained as a piano player. When he got older, he went to Glassboro State College, which is now Rowan University in Glassboro, New Jersey. And there he met the assistant professor of communications, Joe Salviolo. Joe was really impressed with Muehleisen's guitar playing and songwriting and singing. He sent some of his music to Tommy West, who was partnered with Terry Cashman and West producing, and they offered to produce Maury's album. So we recorded some demos, and took those demos to Capitol Records and got him a deal. So Maury completed his album, which was called Gingerbreadd, and in getting ready to promote the album, they felt like he needed a second guitar player to kind of fill out his sound, I guess. And so they suggested Jim Croce, who was basically out of the music business at the time. He was still playing locally, but he was working odd jobs, construction, driving a truck, and really getting a lot of experience and collecting a lot of stories that ended up in his songs later on. But the idea was that Croce would back up Muehleisen, and so they became very close friends. Maury spent a lot of time at Jim and Ingrid's place in Lindell, PA, and Maury's influence on Jim kind of reignited something and just got Jim thinking about continuing to write his songs. He'd been writing all along, but Maury's influence really kind of brought those songs together. So the two of them recorded a bunch of songs, put put it on a cassette tape, and Jim sent it to Tommy West, who was so impressed with the combo of those two guys that he sent it up the chain, and next thing you know, Muehleisen is backing up Jim Croce as he's promoting his albums. So Jim's music really began to take off, and that is how Maury ended up on that plane with Jim Croce that crashed on takeoff, killing everyone on board. Croce was only 30, and Maurice, of course, was only 24 years old. That was September 20th, 1973. So Maury was a huge part of all three of Jim's albums, including I Got a Name, released posthumously for those guys. And in fact, the last song that Croce ever recorded was a Maury Muehleisen composition called Salon and Saloon. As we always like to do when we visit graves, I'll leave a rock for Maury, put it over here, closer to his name. No other rocks on this grave. I don't know if that's because they clean them off frequently or if it's because maybe no one has been out here lately. But Maury definitely deserves more credit than he gets for his contribution to music. And the guy was, as I said, he was only 24 when he died in 1973. Really a sad loss. There was a lot more to come from Croce and Muehleisen.
Isn't there the way they say it goes? But let's forget all that and give me the number if you can't find it, so I can call just to tell him I'm fine and to show I overcome the blow, learn to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels.
Sometimes when we visit cemeteries, and I say we, the royal we, you and I, when we visit cemeteries, we will find some interesting graves that we weren't even looking for. This gentleman here was a private in the Army during World War II, but look at that. He was born in 1910, and that would have made him 31, most likely 31 years old when Pearl Harbor happened, and he was a private, so I don't think he was in the Army very long, but very interesting. He would have been probably 31 years old when he either enlisted or was, I don't think they drafted at 31, did they, at that point? Anyway, very interesting. So this cemetery, like a lot of cemeteries, mark their veterans' graves with flags. I found just one more I wanted to show you before we leave. This was a Private William, I think it says Troche. Is that Troche, I think. 1889 to 1918. This is unusual. It says died in a U.S.-based hospital right on his tombstone. It says he died in Camp Dix, New Jersey, which eventually became Fort Dix. But I guess in 1918 it was Camp Dix. Very interesting.
Isn't there the way they say it goes? But let's forget all that.